Have you ever wondered what life would be like without the internet? No Google, no social media, no online shopping, no viral cat videos, no virtual meetings, remote jobs, or cloud storage. Just think about it. Less than 30 years ago, the idea of sending an instant message across the world felt like science fiction. And yet, here we are today, hyper-connected across continents, cultures, and time zones, thanks to one of the most revolutionary inventions in human history, the internet. But here's the twist most people don't know. The internet wasn't born in a Silicon Valley garage. It wasn't created for memes or music. It began during one of the most intense and dangerous periods in modern history, the Cold War. In today's episode of the Global Archives, we're diving into the history of the internet from Cold War tech to global connection. You'll learn how a military defense project evolved into a technology that now shapes every corner of our lives. We'll travel from secret government labs to college dorm rooms, from dial-up modems to AI-powered algorithms, all to understand how we got here and where we might be heading. So buckle up, friend. Whether you're listening at home, commuting, or just curious about how we're all connected, this story is for you. Let's rewind the digital clock. It all started with fear. Not innovation. Not profit. Fear. After the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the first man-made satellite into orbit, in 1957, the United States was stunned. Not just because the USSR had won the space first, but because of what it symbolized: technological superiority. In response, President Dwight D. Eisenhower created ARPA, the Advanced Research Projects Agency, to ensure America would never fall behind in science and tech again. But ARPA's mission wasn't about the internet, not yet. Their early focus was defense. What if a nuclear strike wiped out America's telephone lines and communication hubs? How could the military continue to operate? That's where packet switching came in. Unlike traditional phone lines, which required a dedicated path, packet switching broke messages into smaller chunks, or packets, that could travel independently and reassemble at the destination. It was like sending a jigsaw puzzle through different mail routes and assembling it perfectly at the other end. And in 1969, a small but mighty network called ARPANET was born. 4 computers. That's it. UCLA, Stanford, UC Santa Barbara, and the University of Utah. The very first message. It was supposed to be login. But the system crashed after just 2 letters. LO. And just like that, LO became the first word ever transmitted over the internet. Kinda poetic, right? It was as if the internet was saying hello to the world even before it knew what it would become. Throughout the 70s and 80s, ARPANET expanded, slowly connecting more universities, research labs, and government agencies. This was a time when computers were bulky, commands were typed in code, and email was a radical idea. But a quiet revolution was brewing. Engineers like Vint Cerf and Bob Kahn developed TCP/IP protocols, the rules that allowed different networks to talk to each other. In 1983, ARPANET officially adopted these protocols, which became the foundation of the modern internet. Imagine it like this. TCP/IP was the universal language of digital communication, allowing all computers, regardless of brand or location, to connect. But this wasn't public yet. It was still a world of tech geeks, researchers, and early adopters. That changed in the early 90s when a British computer scientist named Tim Berners-Lee proposed something radical: a way to link documents using hypertext. And just like that, the World Wide Web was born. Not the internet itself, but the user-friendly interface on top of the internet that made it usable for the masses. In 1993, a program called Mosaic, the first widely used web browser, was released. Suddenly, anyone with a computer and a modem could explore a digital universe. And the age of exploration began again, this time not across oceans, but across bandwidth. By the mid-90s, the internet was booming. You had AOL discs in your mailbox. You heard the iconic dial-up tone screeching like a robot learning to sing. You waited minutes for a web page to load. But it was magic. People could email, chat in real time, search the web, build their own sites, even buy books from a little company called Amazon. It was a digital gold rush. The late 90s and early 2000s brought the dot-com bubble, where investors poured billions into internet startups, some of which crashed, some of which became titans. Think Google, Facebook, YouTube. Social media changed everything. Suddenly, the internet wasn't just information, it was connection. We shared our lives, our stories, our memes. Today, more than 5.4 billion people use the internet. That's 2/3 of the global population. It's not just a tool, it's infrastructure. We use it to bank, date, learn, protest, play, work, heal. We stream revolutions. We FaceTime grandparents. We launch businesses with a smartphone and an idea. It's the greatest connectivity experiment in human history. And it started with a 4-node system designed to survive a nuclear war. So what now? We're heading into a new era of AI, blockchain, 5G, and the metaverse. But with every innovation comes responsibility. Cybersecurity, digital literacy, online privacy, these are no longer niche topics. They are essential life skills. As we celebrate how far we've come, we must also stay aware. Because the internet, like any powerful tool, reflects us. Our fears, our hopes, our creativity. It can spread truth or lies. It can connect us or isolate us. It's up to us to shape it. So here's a thought. What kind of internet do you want to leave behind? One filled with knowledge, empathy, and connection? Or noise, division, and distraction? The internet began with military urgency. It grew through academic curiosity. And it thrived through human creativity. Let's make sure it continues with intentionality. Let's recap the journey. The internet started during the Cold War as a way to preserve communication during a nuclear threat. It evolved into ARPANET, then grew into a global network thanks to protocols like TCP/IP. The World Wide Web made it accessible, and the digital revolution exploded from there. Today, it's woven into every aspect of our lives, from learning and love to liberty and livelihood. But remember this, the internet isn't a thing. It's a reflection of us. So let's be thoughtful users. Let's use it to learn, to grow, to build. Let's be digital citizens, not just consumers. And if you found today's episode thought-provoking, help us spread the knowledge. Like this video, subscribe to our channel, and smash that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Got a favorite internet memory? A story about your first dial-up experience? Drop it in the comments. We read every one. Until next time, keep questioning, keep learning, and stay inspired.